middle of housework. I could just zip over and be out of here in a half hour, but I was determined to come, so I want my shirt. I'm working on that. I don't think I've missed a meeting in the year and a half that I've been on council.
Appreciate that. I really do.
Anything you'd like to share with us, either now or privately?
Good. I listen and learn. So this is the one board that doesn't raise my blood pressure.
Well, that's good.
It is.
Tell your friends that.
It's good things coming out of here.
Good.
I appreciate
Very,
that.
Very encouraging to hear. Thank you.
I am screaming a little early, just FYI, so I'll jump up and down.
I just saw Frank walk by. Right. Presumably the bathroom, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, active here. Yeah. That's when she's not coming.
No, she's not. She's coming back next month. She's still on maternity leave this weekend. Baby's healthy.
Good.
Baby girl. Named Goldie. Goldie. Like,
I don't think I did that. Did they
I think I think she has a bad, I can't remember if she told us that or not.
Wow, she's so young. I'm surprised she knows. I remember Goldie Hawn on Laughing. When it was right time.
My first thought was like Goldie. Beautiful name. She's got 2 girls.
Aw.
Hi, Frank.
Where's Phil?
He's got 2 minutes yet. So.
Yeah, you just skates in right at the.
Let's do it.
Wait, what do we want? Red or green?
Live.
You really like this stuff, don't you?
Photographs. It's your next career. Colorizing.
Oh, there's Dylan. We can start. I had faith in you. I knew you'd be here. All right, at 4 o'clock, is everybody's microphones on? You want red? All right, I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Am I to announce this future meetings on here?
You don't have to.
Well, the RDA will continue meeting on the 3rd Wednesday of each month, 4 p.m. here in Council Chambers, 101 South George throughout 2025. Agendas are at yorkcity.org/RDA. We had no executive session this month. Anyone here for public comment? All right, we'll go to the approval of the meeting minutes of June 18th, 2025. Any additions or corrections to the minutes as distributed? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So made.
Second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, give their consent by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So ordered. Financial report.
Sorry, your cash position sheet as typical is in your packet with the highlighted sections. Not a huge change. You will see our cash on hand has decreased a little bit. And that was from the taking of, or the payment for an eminent domain property. But you also notice in the middle of the section in the accounts receivable, in the midsection, there's city ARPA reimbursement. There's $117,000 to be reimbursed from the ARPA funding for the blight acquisition. So that all kind of balances out in the end to no major changes.
That's for 455 South George and 312 West Jackson?
Correct. Or some combination thereof, legal fees, appraisals, things like that as well.
All right. Any questions on the financial report? Anything else to know with CDBG, et cetera?
No, we continue to spend down the CDBG money. As you recall, we weren't funded for the current year that we're in because we had carryover funds from previous years, but we are starting to spend those down in a pretty good, that covers all of our lawn mowing, snow removal, and some stabilization of blighted properties to keep them safe. So we just got an invoice from a property. I haven't even opened it yet, but we are spending that money down.
All right. My presentation, action items, redevelopment agreement for Northwest Street.
Yes, I received actually I received it during the last RDA meeting. If you recall, Mr. Reimel, who's been here before, who we're currently working with, who built 2 homes on Cottage Hill Road, is currently building a house on North Beaver Street, the one that we approved last month. He would like to go under redevelopment agreement, excuse me, on 125, 127, and 129 Northwest Street. And if you recall, we did a tour when I took some of the board members around on a tour. These are up off of Company Street, shown on the screen here, trying to zoom in. And it's actually in your packet. You can see there's a cluster of 4 lots, and the RDA owns 3 of them. We do not own the end lot. I believe that's owned by a company called Teslin. Mr. Reimel may or may not reach out to them to try to acquire that lot as well. His plan that he told me is to do similarly to what he did on Cottage Hill and do a reverse subdivision on these 3, combine them into 2 lots and build 2 homes in the center. It would be side by side. A decent plan. It's a good block for that type of infill housing.
Did our realtor ever reach out to the owner of that other lot when he had that other interested party?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't remember if he said it or updated us or anything on that.
Well, that company that owns that vacant lot does own other rentals in the city, so we have their contact information in our system for tenant occupied licenses. So I can reach out to them.
Can you zoom out a little, Blanda?
This road at the bottom is Philadelphia Street, and this is Northwest Street. If you follow West Street down, you will end up at the Turkey Hill on Market. So this is Market Street running left to right. This is the Turkey Hill. West Street is actually a one-way south. So most people have never driven this block because they would have to be coming from up here on Company Street, which runs back into the avenues and PC Precision Custom Components and a lot of the industrial factories that are here. So it's tucked away up in a odd northeast section of the city.
It does make sense to reach out to that adjacent vacant lot owner because it'll change the configuration of what he would develop.
And that's what I suggested to Mr. Reimel to do too, is reach out to them and.
Plus it gives him a lot more road frontage or
Absolutely.
access.
Yeah. His offer in his application was for $1,500 a lot. We discussed this briefly internally. As you know, we've set a minimum or a suggested minimum of 5,000. And I told him that, per our discussion, that we would take 3,500 per lot because he's buying 3 in a cluster. So he's going from his suggested price of 1,500 for 3 to our counter of 3,500 each for the 3.
All right, any other questions? Hearing none, is there a motion to enter into an agreement with Vaughn Rymel for the purchase and redevelopment of 125, 127, and 129 Northwest Street for the construction of two new single-family homes for $3,500 each lot?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Yeah, could you just remind us a little bit about since we have an incredibly short agenda tonight, could you just remind us of the dimensions, number of bedrooms and baths and square feet and whatnot?
Of his,
Of what you
of
did
his
on Cottage Hill,
previous
you mean?
project.
Is this the same size as Cottage Hill?
I think so, right?
I believe he's going to do similar. He had, in our discussion we had Monday this week, the Cottage Hill house is 14 by 45. It's 650-ish square feet, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, kitchen, dining. Not a huge house, but certainly a decent size, livable house, small. I had suggested to him from an aesthetic purpose that he steepen the pitch of the roof and add a dormer because it would just look more cottage-like.
Yes.
He actually told me on Monday he's considering doing that because he believes he can actually add a 3rd bedroom upstairs then too, or an office space. So
Like a loft.
with like a lofted area, yeah.
Does this also include off-street parking? We know?
The lot is what the lot is. I don't,
Certainly it's big enough that you could.
yeah, you could certainly add a alleyway or an area way back there, I suppose. I hadn't considered that, to be
Acquiring
honest.
another lot would be helpful for that, based on the picture. Is that a right of way to get into the lots there?
Is the plan here for 2 more of the same type of houses or 4?
He was undecided. He honestly, he was undecided if he was going to build. Yes, Mike, that is a right of way. If he was going to build, it's actually an alley.
They could easily.
He could.
So I'm still going to vote yes, Blanda, but I just want you to know, I want you to heavily encourage him regarding the dormer, the 3rd bedroom, the off-street parking. Because there's a lot of vacant lots in the city and he seems to be the most interested in developing the small patches of them. We might as well get him on a nice trajectory where the finished product's a little better,
Agreed.
since we're gonna get to, live with it longer than him as a community.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I think we had a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, give their consent by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? So ordered. Sales agreement for 400 South Sherman.
This is a new property in our inventory, and we were approached already by the adjoining property owner who wishes to purchase it because he has been, I will say, dealing with this property for quite some time. This is at 400 South Sherman. On your map, Prospect is running across the bottom of your screen. Mr. Mackinson owns the former Guildcraft Furniture Outlet, and his business is in the building directly south. The property that we recently acquired through eminent domain is here at 400 South Sherman. Mr. Mackinson, or M2 Real Estate, owns everything surrounding it and has offered to purchase this property as is, where is, for $10,000. And I'm highly in favor of this transaction. It's not a redevelopment agreement. It's a direct sale so that he can start getting in there, disconnecting utilities, cleaning out the 14 mobile homes and abandoned vehicles. And
It needs a lot for clean out,
it needs a lot for cleanup.
and he's taking it completely as is.
He is.
Well, it's gonna save the county land bank authority a bunch of money.
And John is here if you have any questions for him. He's a very impressive young man who's very entrepreneurial. So.
Or anything, if you want to come up and speak at all, you're welcome to. You don't have, you don't have to. If there's anything you want to add, by all
Hello,
means.
John.
Yeah, I know. So we're looking at cleaning everything up. So my building runs, obviously we surround everything there. We actually have the alley that's between the 2 buildings, but since I purchased the 420 South Sherman in 2018, we actually were never able to even get down the side of our building because of all the stuff that's there, and the people that go in and out there, they have it all locked up, gated, and never let us even into maintenance our building on that side. So everything that I do, I actually go over the top and reach down and work everything from the top. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna clean everything up, get all the cars out, and then start dismantling the building and turning it into a bigger parking lot for all of my businesses. We have a total of 4 between all my buildings there. Right now, we have 110,000 square foot total under roof between the 2 buildings, and we have another 30,000 that runs right behind that property as well. So we're going to clean everything up, and my long-term plan is to actually extend the 420 building over at some point down the road as we're growing and expanding.
What's your full name again?
John Mackison.
John Mackison. And so the Guildcraft building is the building on the right side there?
Yes.
So you lease that?
Nope, I purchased that in 2021.
That's one of your businesses is Guildcraft?
Yep, Guildcraft Foam and the Factory RC Raceway are 2 of my businesses in that building. And then in the other building on the other side is Triple J Specialties and Speed Parts.
So the other building adjacent to, I guess, the south of the blighted property, what's in there?
Triple J Specialties.
What do they do?
We do CNC machining, welding, fabrication, and powder coating. We have over 26 machining centers in-house. We do laser cutting, water jet cutting, powder coating, and anodizing. I actually started that business right out of high school in 2014. My brother and I did. My brother's actually younger. I'm 30 and he's 29.
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Yorkville Tech.
Nice. So the building to the west, do you own some of those too?
Yes, he owns everything that runs
That other
The white
building.
roof.
this.
Yep, that's part of the 420 address there. That's a 30,000 square foot, 10,000 square foot building there. That's actually where my anodize and hard coat line is. And we have additional storage in there. And actually we have doors and all kinds of stuff along that side, but we can't actually access it because of that other property at the moment. The guy boarded all my doors shut.
The building's only 10,000 square feet? The silver roof?
Yes, yep, that's 10,000 square foot. And then the other bigger building is 30. And then the Guildcraft is 55.
Which building's the bigger building?
On the right there, the 420, the one right there, straight down, that's the Guildcraft building. It's actually 3 stories.
Oh, that's why it's bigger.
Yep.
Yeah.
He owns this one here too, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So, wow.
All right, any other questions? Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
All right,
Thank you.
questions from the board?
Yeah, I do have one other question. Have you ever done a phase 1 back there or a phase 2? Any of those properties?
I have not.
Just curious.
All right, do we have a motion to enter into a sale? Do we have a motion to enter into a sales agreement with M2 Real Estate LLC for the purchase and redevelopment of 400 South Sherman Street for $10,000?
Yeah, it's a deed. Yeah, it's a transfer. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the agenda says sales agreement.
I'm sorry, I typed that in as a sales agreement, but it'd be a motion to sell to M2 Real Estate.
Do we have such a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, give it consent by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered. Congratulations, I think.
Congratulations.
Good luck. You should take some videos of what you find back there.
Oh, a lot of before and afters, I promise.
It would be great if you would let us know, maybe send us some photos of the after and like keep us updated.
Oh, definitely
That'd be
will.
great.
Yeah.
We'd appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And when it's just barely safe enough, it might be nice to visit it too.
Yeah. Hard hats required.
Yes.
When we did the appraisal of that property, we could not get in but about a foot into the front door. It's just packed full of mayonnaise from 1986.
Good luck, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, staff reports?
Just a few brief updates on the Dentsply property. I am aware, I haven't seen the plans, but I am aware that CAM has submitted building plans for their UCC construction permit for the large building, which is going to, at least for 5 years, be a storage unit for self-storage units. They're going to start interior demolition of that property soon, but they've submitted that for plan approval. And we are working with some utility easements, working with their civil firm, their civil engineering firm. And Don and Mike Black and I have been reviewing some of their easements for, that they're entering into agreements for utility service for their future townhome construction. So they're moving forward very, very expeditiously. I'm very impressed so far. And just as a reminder, that full build out will be about 30,000 square feet of retail space, 177 workforce apartments, and 62 townhomes eventually at full build out. 62 brand new townhomes, which is really exciting. The other larger project is Heritage Crossings on North Beaver Street, and they are starting tomorrow night to pour the ceiling or the floor of the first floor apartments in concrete, and they're going to do that overnight. The city approved them to work beyond the quiet time so that they could pour at night. We notified the neighbors, or are notifying the neighbors at Keystone Color Works, so they're aware. This is a 2-night pour to get that whole concrete floor done, so they don't have to worry with traffic during the day. Do 2 big pours and get it out of the way. And then shortly thereafter, they will start bringing in the building because they're doing panelized construction, and the crane is already on site. And from what I understand, at least half of the building is already built over in Lancaster County from their framer, and they're going to bring in and frame up Heritage Crossings floor by floor relatively quickly. So it's super exciting to see that going vertical.
The only concrete pour is gonna be for the floor of the second floor apartment.
Correct.
They're not gonna keep pouring.
No.
They do.
It's all wood frame. It's all wood framed. The entire 5.5 stories is wood framed. The first floor commercial is all steel framed and concrete.
So there's no more steel coming either?
Nope. No. So it should go, the community, everyone will see that building go up very quickly and then sit, because then they have to go in and obviously finish the interiors and add drywall and add everything. So at least it'll go up, and it'll be interesting to see. And then just an update as well on Penn Market. We have submitted the building plans for review as well. Our design is 100% complete, and we are waiting for the city to move that forward in the workflow for plan review. Hopefully the codes reviewer will start looking at that in the next week or so. He has 30 days to review that, and then we'll be in the position to put that out to bid. So that's super exciting. And is on time finally with what we had said it would probably be out to bid in September. So we'll be out to bid for pricing in September for Penn Market, which is really exciting. And that's also in your packet, by the way, I've included in your last sheet of your packet, a profit and loss for the authority for Penn Market for the last 4 full years plus half of a year to date of this year, just to show what the income and expenses have been for Market from the RDA perspective. Typically, the RDA subsidizes the operation of Market to the tune of about $25,000 a year. And to date, we have spent about I think the number is about $280,000 that the RDA itself has spent on design services, all of that outside of any grant monies. So it's just showing our significant investment and subsidy of Penn Market. Happy to answer any questions.
All right, anything further? Anything for the good of the order? Going once?
What's the status of Soho? I think that went to eminent domain, correct?
Yeah, we did not, they refused service, so we had to get service by publication, and we posted at the same time. And actually, I think just today, we filed the affidavit of service, so that will clock the 30 days before we ask the court for waiver.
So so title transferred to us when we filed the declaration of taking.
Right.
So now, but if we haven't served them, doesn't count yet.
Oh, it counts.
It counts.
It counts. But we have to serve them within 30 days of filing.
Okay, so if they flee out of state with the Texas legislature, might be a problem.
The address I had for him was Adams County, so it isn't very far.
Yeah, I think the legal publication was June 21st and again on August 1st. The notice was posted on the property, I think July 17th or 21st, so your clock is ticking on that one.
Well, that's great. That's a property that we've been waiting for a long time. So I'm sure you'll get some activity because the roof's good on that, right? I mean, the structures.
As far as I can tell, it's hard to tell, yeah.
One last question. Attorney John Garber's building next to the Yorktown.
Yes.
Can we, I mean, what do you need to declare a property blighted?
It has to be vacant and it's not.
Unpainted.
Um,
Unpainted isn't good enough.
I've had concerns for that building for a long time because of the paint flaking off of it and landing on the sidewalks, and that could be a lead hazard. I'm not saying that it
It's
is.
a really neat federal colonial period row home on
It's 34 South Duke.
34 South Duke.
Dave, no one goes in there anymore, and there is someone that's homeless living on the balcony in the back, so
Oh, so he's not even operating in there anymore.
I don't think so.
Oh, man. And there's a homeless person living there? I'm serious. We should look at that.
I can ask our PMIs to take a
How
look.
bad does it need to get?
Many times the PMIs, I mean, it's missing windows up on
Yep.
broken out,
Let's
and nothing's come of it.
key location, and to be honest, it's probably got good bones. Hopefully it hasn't rotted on the inside, but I was in there many times.
But reporting, you won't do anything. Like, reporting to the city won't do anything.
Well, as far as blight investigation goes, let's look at that one
See
carefully.
the window in the top left there?
Now that
Oh, yeah,
Soho-
front here.
Yeah, that
Oh.
was busted.
Now that Soho appears to be in safe hands, maybe this might be the next one we think about. And it certainly isn't without risks, as the owner is an attorney, but if the list of issues is long enough,
Mhm.
I think we should really, because it's such a key location, and I'm just tired of looking at it like that. I didn't realize there were windows out in the homeless people. I just knew it needed to be painted.
That is a good location.
The value in that property, according to the owner, is in the rental of the parking lot in the rear. He receives a significant income for that.
Enough
Rental.
to fix the windows and paint the building.
Well, there's some other issues going on inside his head,
Mm.
but you know him, Don.
Yeah.
But let's, now that Soho looks like it's under wraps and we're running out of vacant lots, maybe we should focus on that. Just a thought.
I wouldn't count that Soho chicken before it's hatched.
I know. 30 days. Hunt said Adams County.
Yeah. Well, he makes a habit of, well,
Moving around.
we can discuss. All right, anything else for the good of the order? All right, hearing nothing, meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
You asked about public comment, is that one you can ask questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
I missed that, and I apologize.